Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we are going to talk about the Bebo extruder replacement again. Call this, I guess, part 3 of our Bebo extruder troubleshooting. I guess it's a series now. Wasn't really planning on that, but here we are. So on another printer, if you guys remember, first printer, we started having some problems with the extruders. We took it apart. There's a couple videos, we'll link them below. Ended up replacing these plastic extruder assemblies that screw on to the steppers with some micro Swiss CNC'd aluminum replacement parts. And basically I had purchased some replacement, what I thought was just extruder replacement plastic pieces, and the little pulley and stuff like that from Bebo's AliExpress store. Took about 2.5 weeks for it to get to the States, and so it finally got here, and thought we'd take a look at it. So I ordered a left and a right pair, and they sent the entire motor assembly with the plastic parts. I guess is a little more than I was anticipating. They also sent full wiring harness for replacement. I was thinking it was just going to be these plastic guys here with the little, pulley wheel and stuff like that. They went all in. I think they're like $18 a pop with a few dollars shipping as well. So anyway, they came in. I took the other one, the match set, and just replaced it on the printer that I took this guy off of. So I've got an extruder 1 assembly as well now to replace. But as I was doing this, I was like, man, it's kind of a shame that they don't sell just the plastic piece, right? You got to get this whole stepper motor, which, I'll keep it. It'll be a good replacement part at some point down the line, I'm sure. But it seems a little unnecessary. So then I hopped on Thingiverse, and I found that someone had taken I think it was for a replicator or maybe a flash forge machine. I can't. Remixed the back plate, left and a right, or right and left, whichever orientation this is on the camera. Extruder 1 and extruder 2, we should say, to replace the plastic back plate on the original Bebo extruder assembly, which is what keeps breaking on us. So I printed out a couple of those, 100% fill in PLA 0.2 layer line on a 0.4 mil nozzle, and thought we would replace one, see how it kind of stacked up, and overall vet how this might be a good solution. Instead of the micro Swiss, I like them right now. I think they'll probably last forever, but they're kind of annoying in the fact that you've got to offset the limit switch on the printer, and then you got to re-level the bed again. I printed this little template out to help you level the nozzles. This is no good anymore. It needs to be deeper. I can make a new one, but I'm lazy. So this, I think, might be an easier swap. There's less retuning of the printer required. You just pop the stepper off, put this plate on, put the stepper back on, and you're off to the races. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking for the future. But yeah, let's get this guy off of the old stepper, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the crack again here, and then see how these new replacement pieces kind of stack up against the old one. Okay, so this guy here is the equivalent part. You can see where the other one cracked here, right by the screw, and actually the crack occurred at kind of a substantial piece of the plastic, which is kind of strange. And then the other screw area also cracked, so right where the screws go through seems to be the weakest spot. This guy just got a lot more body to it than the previous one. Same thickness and everything, but you can see the reinforcements in it. It's got a lot more fill around the center of the drive, which ultimately I think will make it harder to crack. Keep in mind these things are under, tension or compression the entire time they're in existence. They never get a break. So this is just constantly trying to force that piece to snap in half there, and that's, I guess, what eventually happens. So I don't know. These ones seem a little more substantial, and so I'm hoping that they will last a good amount of time. I printed it with supports on. For some reason, it printed a couple areas with supports and a couple areas without, but you have to remove this little ring here. Nose pliers, comes right out. No big deal. Line it up here. Fits nice and snug around that raised portion of the stepper here, which I kind of like. It's got good, you're not relying completely on the screws to hold it in place. You got a little bit of a friction fit there as well. Let's see, what do we do with our screws? First screw here, holes seem to line up nice. Go ahead and land this first one. Cool. Just jumping a little bit here, but I think the second screw will fix that problem. Get our spring It's got the little nub printed into it too, so the spring has somewhere to land. This is the tricky part here. You line up your little nub on the lever there, and then you gotta line up this hole as well. Okay, got it kind of down in there. A little bit of compression on the spring to help the screw as it gets threaded into the stepper. Yeah, I can feel the whole thing kind of snugged up there nicely. Pretty good fit, honestly. Same thickness again as the old one. Shouldn't really require any alteration. Feels pretty sturdy, but you know, these guys do too when they're brand new. Let me grab a filament and see how that works. Threading through. Oh, easy. No problem. So yeah, I think this is a good solution. You know, these guys, call them 20 bucks landed versus probably less than $1 to print a backplate. And if that's the part that's going to break, then I would do this anytime. So yeah, I did, like I said, just replace this whole drive, the match set over here on the printer, but I wanted to check these out and see if they were a good option in the future so that I don't have to keep ordering the whole stepper and everything every time and waiting 2.5 weeks for it to get here. So I think this is going to work out well. Hopefully it will work out well for you guys too. I'm curious how many of you out there have Bebo printers. Also curious how many of you have had this piece break on you. Obviously somebody did because they went to the trouble of making the part. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if either of those two situations sound familiar to you. In the meantime, hope this was insightful for you guys. We'll have all the links for the STLs and some other affiliate links down in the description below, and the links to the other extruder replacement videos if you want to check out the Micro Swiss aluminum extruder assemblies. But other than that, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks everyone, and have a good one.